Bro, Night of the Seven Kingdoms is such a journey. The music, the feel, the environment which is on episode 1 ended, breathtaking. And the moment which on this episode was ended gives me the same level of thrill as the House of the Dragon season 1 finale. That moment. We are going to discuss it, but spoiler aside, if you haven't watched the episode 4 of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, please go and watch. Because here we are discussing 16 interesting points that you can flex in front of your friends. So do like the video and let's get started. After hearing Raymond first wave, we know how other houses of Westeros and common people see Targaryens with the hatred and fear. If you noticed, as other Targaryens, Egg doesn't have three-headed dragon sigil on his attire. Egg makes deliberate choices to distance himself from the house. Just as he cut his silver hair earlier, now he wears royal attire without the Targaryen dragon sigil, even after his identity is revealed. And that's why Egg don't have any dragons on his attire and he refuses to show any resemblance with Targaryens. Instead of normal one-on-one trial by combat, Aerion invokes an ancient and nearly forgotten tradition called Trial of Seven. This requires each side to field 7 champions who fight in a massive meal. It's considered a way for gods to judge who is truly right based on who survives the battle. This type of trial is so rare that there is the only one recorded instance of this trial in complete Westeros history. King Maegor the Cruel faced one over 160 years before the show's events. Out of 14 participants, 7 on each side, 13 died on field. Only Maegor survived, though he fell into a coma for 13 days from his injuries. This shows how deadly these trials are. And this was also the aura farming of King Maegor. Aerion doesn't actually want to fight the Ser Duncan fairly. He calls for a trial of 7 because he assumes a Hage Knight like Dunk won't be able to find 6 another knights willing to risk their lives for him. If Dunk can't assemble a full team, the gods are said to consider his cause unjust. It's a cowardly but clever move. In episode 1, the mysterious drunk man that Dunk has encountered was Prince Baelor Targaryen, one of the Peacemaker's son and Egg's older brother. In first episode, when Daeron meets to the Dunk, he said, "I saw you in my dreams," which we are going to discuss in later points. He known as a Daeron the Drunken and choose the life of a drunk acting in rather than participating in the tournament. This shows how different Targaryen brothers from each other. In a conversation, Egg reveals that Egg wants Aerion to be dead. Aerion threatens his young brother Egg by saying he'll have him castrated to make him a sister and then marry him. Egg also revealed that Aerion had Egg's pet cat thrown in the well. This showcases Aerion's sadistic cruelty and twisted thinking, going beyond to just an antagonist to genuinely monstrous. Just like Helena from House of the Dragon and Daenerys from Fire and Blood, Daeron possesses a Targaryen gift, the same dream he has told to the Dunk in first episode. These dragon dreams have meaning just as Daenerys the Dreamer saw the doom of Valeria 12 years ago. And here Daeron tells to the Dunk about the dream where Dunk was alive but trapped beneath a massive head of a dragon, with wings so large that they could fly over this entire meadow. At this point of a time, dragon doesn't exist in this universe, but the Targaryen family members are used to be called dragons. So here dragon could possibly mean one of the family member of Targaryen. The meaning of this dream is mysterious and also a spoiler. He did the recruiting for Ser Duncan. While Dunk is one who needs the champions, it's actually young Egg, Prince Aegon, who does most of the work finding them, using his knowledge of knights from other tournaments and his princely connections. Egg recruits Lyonel Baratheon, Robin Wrestling, Humfrey Harding, and Humfrey Beesbury. This shows Egg's intelligence, resourcefulness, and the influence he had despite of being young. 3 of Dunk's champions, Sir Robin Wrestling, the One-Eyed Knight, Sir Humfrey Harding, and Sir Humfrey Beesbury, are barely developed as characters in George R. R. Martin's original novel. This show actually expanded Robin's character by adding scenes with Egg. In the book, some of these knights simply show up to fight with almost no dialogue or backstory, making them mysterious figures fighting for honor and friendship. Sir Humfrey Harding was doing well in tourney, defeating many opponents on his first day. During his final joust, Aerion deliberately killed Harding's horse and broke Harding's leg in the process. When Egg approached Sir Humfrey Harding to join Dunk's team, Harding is motivated purely by revenge, telling Dunk the debt is Aerion's and we mean to collect it. He wants payback for what happened to him and his horse. So Steffon Fosway initially approached Dunk and promised to be one of his champions, even saying, "You shan't die under my watch, sir." However, on the morning of trial, he reveals he switched sides to fight for Aerion instead. Aerion bribed him with the promise of being made a lord, but what makes it worse is Steffon kept his betrayal secret until it was too late for Dunk to find another champion. Daemon's Fosway, cousin of Steffon Fosway, is so disgusted by Steffon's treachery that he changes his family sigil. The Fosway sigil is traditionally a red apple on a golden field. Daemon changes his sigil to a green apple, symbolically declaring himself unripe but better green than wormy, meaning better inexperienced than corrupt like his cousin. And this becomes the permanent split in Fosway family line. Ser Duncan was hesitating to knight Daemon's Fosway because he himself never gone through the process of becoming knight. Leonard Baratheon steps in and knights Daemon instead. Duncan's reluctance stems from the fact that he lies about his own knighting, claiming Sir Alan of Peritry made him a knight before his death, when in reality this was never happened. Leonard's intervention saves Duncan from having to perform a ceremony that he has no legitimate authority to conduct. The Brute of Bracken is a large crude knight who publicly humiliates Dunk during his desperate plea of champions. When Dunk has given a passionate speech asking knights to join his cause and fight for justice, the Brute stands up dramatically, making everyone think he is volunteering. Instead, he just lets out the loud fart and sits back down while the crowds laugh. This moment shows how little respect the Hedge Knight commands and how dire Dunk's situation truly is. Prince Baelor Targaryen, Hand of the King, was not expected to participate in any combat in tournament, so he didn't bring his own armor to Ashford. When he decides to join Ser Dunk's side in Trial of 7, he has to wear his son's Vallar's armor instead. The armor is noticeably tight on him, which is why he looks uncomfortable with his helmet. Prince Baelor Targaryen's decision to join Ser Duncan as his 7th champion is going to be one of the most powerful scenes of this show. As Hand of the King and member of royal family, Baelor could have just stayed neutral or even sided with his own nephew Aerion. However, Baelor believes in true knighthood and chivalry, the idea of knight that exists to defend the weak and uphold the justice. When his brother makers questioned him if he's gone mad for joining his knight against royal prince, Baelor responds that Duncan simply did what any true knight should do. He defended a helpless woman Tensil from cruelty. Baelor sees that Dunk acted with honor while Aerion acted with sadistic brutality. By joining Dunk's side, Baelor is making statement about what knighthood should truly mean, putting honor and justice above his family loyalty and politics, and that makes Prince Baelor one of the greatest characters of Game of Thrones universe. Now I am thoroughly waiting for episode 5 and excited to see that who dives and who lives through this trial, and hoping this video made you enjoy episode 4 even more. Hit the like button and we'll meet in the next one.